What's up, guys? Welcome to session 116. We're going to be diving in here now. Let's make sure we're floating on this. All right, so we're going to be diving into the news here, CNBC live updates. We're going to be seeing what's going on in the world. We're going to be diving into the portfolio, details on the portfolio, and then we're going to dive into some, technical charting as well as, stocks, and crypto. Tend to be a little stable right now with everything going on in the world. There's a lot going on in the world right now, so we're going to be diving in right now. So S&P 500 and the Dow climb to closing records as traders look past Fed independence risk. So let's dive in. You guys obviously probably know about, Jerome Powell, the DOJ serving the, central bank, the Federal Reserve, on Friday, and he came out, yesterday, announcing it to everyone. So we have stocks rallied off their session lows with the S&P 500 and Dow Jones hitting new all-time highs, guys, as investors shook off the Department of Justice opening a criminal investigation into Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell. The S&P 500 rose to a 6977. Dow Jones rose to 49,590. 20, and then we had the Nasdaq going to 23,733, guys. So major averages rebounding off their worst levels of the session, helped by gains in Walmart, guys, and some technology stocks. The Dow was down nearly 500, and the S&P 500 was 0.5% at session lows. Alongside the S&P 500 and the 30 stock Dow, Russell 2000 also notched a fresh all-time high. Small caps making a run, guys. So here we get into the juicy stuff. So we have Trump's call to cap credit card rates for 1 year at 10% was also causing some market indigestion to start the week. Critics fear Trump's plan to aid affordability would backfire and restrict lending, hurting consumers along with bank profitability, guys. So bank stocks, getting hit today, with Citigroup down about 3%, JP Morgan, Bank of America were off by more than 1%, Capital One's shares slid 6%. Here's a quote, you guys can read that. The S&P 500 clawed its way back into the green after starting off the session lower. U.S. equities were under pressure following, here we go, guys, Powell's confirmation in an unusual direct video statement Sunday evening last night that federal prosecutors have opened a criminal investigation related to his Senate Banking Committee testimony on renovation of Fed office buildings. So you guys remember when, they had that meeting together and they were all in the construction hats and everything, and Trump came, pulled out a piece of paper saying they are pretty much funding stuff, a new renovation, guys, that Trump really wants to dive into, and he's saying that Jerome Powell lied about a bunch of stuff. So here we go. Let's keep reading. So where were we? Something that federal prosecutors have opened a criminal investigation relating to his Senate Banking Committee testimony on renovation of Fed office buildings. Powell said the investigation was another attempt by Trump to influence the central bank's monetary policy, and he would not bow to the pressure. His term as chair is up in May. So we don't know, guys, if this is, Trump's move to try and, spread fear into Jerome Powell into cutting rates this coming up meeting in January. We obviously don't see Jerome Powell, that's scared by this. He is doubling down, and he's on his way out anyway, guys. So it's we have the new Fed chair coming in. Trump's going to pick the new Fed chair, if that's going to be, you know, Kevin Hassett, or if it's going to be someone he favors to really cut rates. You know, obviously he's going to pick someone that wants to cut rates, guys, because you know, Trump wants those rates to come down as much as possible. He wants, you know, it to be easy to borrow money. So that I honestly don't understand the move myself. You know, he's going to be out, you know, in a couple months, unless we desperately need to cut rates this, you know, January, and he sees it as like a huge threat that, you know, that you know, the Fed, because right now I think the Fed is going to hold off on cutting rates. That's my prediction. And, you know, obviously Trump wants them to come down. And I don't know if he's using this as a tactic to scare Powell into cutting rates. Obviously, it's not working. We'll see what happens, guys. It's getting spicy. So here we go again here. Moving on, the stock market in 2025 largely ignored Trump's attempts to pressure the Fed as the central bank went on anyway to cut rates 3 times as inflation stabilized. But the Fed is largely expected to hold off. Here we go. Hold off on further cuts when it next meets later this month, as it waits to see how the inflation picture and economy unfold in the new year. So there's that. Trump has made clear he would like to see the Fed continue to bring rates lower. So we were just talking about this, guys. So there's that. What else, guys, do we have in this? Don't see a lot of stuff. Obviously, we had, you know, the whole Venezuela stuff that's going on. You know, we capturing Maduro. This year has been off to a crazy start. We're capturing Maduro, taking control of, you know, their oil reserves. You know, I think Trump came out and said, you know, China and Russia are more than welcome to buy Venezuelan oil, but, you know, it's going to be in the benefit of ourselves now. We also had, you know, Russia trying to make a run for it, and, you know, outside of, you know, Venezuelan seas, you know, and us seizing those. So we're putting Putin in a really bad spot, as well as President Xi of China. We also have one of their other allies, you know, the Islamic Republic in Iran is under pressure right now, and that is, you know, a big blow to, you know, China and Russia, as, you know, Iran is, you know, a big ally to those two nations, especially with, you know, Iranian oil as well. They got a big reserve over there. So we are putting pressure on Iran, and, you know, Trump is really, you know, putting pressure on the supreme leader, and he's saying, you know, if you continue to hurt these protesters, we're going to do something about it. And so there's that going on. You know, obviously this is a huge you know, deal to the Iranian people, as well as the Venezuelan people. The Venezuelan people have seen, you know, dictatorship, and, you know, this is way worse than, you know, the Islamic Republic. You know, they are out trying to, you know, right now they're trying to control this by killing their own people, guys, and that is where, you know, the line must be crossed. And obviously Trump has made it well known that if you decide to hurt your own people, you know, it is going to be hell to pay, guys. So there's that going on. You know, obviously this Fed thing that's going on right now as well. Yeah, guys, there's a lot of other stuff going on. Obviously domestic stuff, you know, with riots and everything, and protesting here. You know, we got the, you know, don't sleep still on that Somali, you know, daycare fraud as well. They're, you know, obviously Tim Walz is stepping down, as, you know, to, he's not going to run no longer for Minnesota governor. And I think Trump is also going to put someone in to, also, you know, look into California, because California is, everyone's saying that, you know, California has a lot of fraud in it as well. So a lot of stuff going on, guys. A lot of stuff going on. I'm surprised that the markets are so stable the way they are. you know, with everything going on geopolitically, domestically, you know, with this going on with the Federal Reserve, guys, there's a lot of headlines out right now. So I do want to mention this as well. Gold futures, which are seen as a hedge against diminishing Fed independence, jumping 2.5% and posted a record close of 4,614, guys. So that's crazy too. You know, obviously we have, you know, gold and silver and commodities really, you know, outpacing the market. Here is what CNBC thinks of, you know, investors. Investors fear a political central bank would be hesitant to snuff out resurgent inflation. That is interesting. And then we also have Walmart gaining 3% on enthusiasm ahead of its upcoming inclusion into the NASDAQ. We heard about that, I think it was the other day. What else we have here? The retailer Walmart led a gain in the consumer group, which could be getting an overall lift from the Trump's push to lower credit card rates as well as oil prices ahead of the U.S. midterms elections later this year. Then we also have Palantir, guys. Palantir rose 1% on an upgrade from Citi, guys. I think Citi did a price target of 235 as I saw earlier today. And then AMD and Oracle were also higher. So that is CNBC Live updates. Those are the main headlines right now as of this week. Obviously, I didn't mention a lot of the other stuff, geopolitical stuff that's going on. You know, that's, you know, my main focus is really what's going to be going on with this Iran stuff, because obviously, you know, we need to take out, you know, that regime and free those people, guys, and obviously it would help America as well, because that, you know, that is, you know, it's all over X that I've been, you know, seeing on my feed, and, you know, that made headline, and it's surprising that, you know, it's not a bigger headline on CNBC Live updates. But anyway, I'll leave this in, you know, the description below, guys. So now let's dive into the portfolio details, our weekly recap, guys. So here's the Discord. If you guys are not a part of this, go to our website. We can, you know, get you the link there. It does cost to get into the Discord right now, guys. So go over there for more information. But here is, you know, the weekly recap we share, and you know, I'll read off what we, you know, checked in last night in the Discord. So we concluded on the second week of 2026. We have total asset value of 66,795.11. So not too much more than last week. It's been very choppy this week, guys. We're obviously seeing session highs, but, you know, obviously our investments have been stable. We cash flowed 295.16 this past week, with most of the cash flowing being, again, our covered call campaign on Robinhood. Our Robinhood contract did not get assigned. We thought it was for sure going to get assigned. I think it was this one we said we thought it was definitely going to get assigned. I think we had a 122, and I think it was trading right when we did it. It was like moving up like crazy. It was going to I think it went up to like over 222, and then it came back down and sold off, and we were safe when we did not get assigned. We added, you know, Instagram to our stats, so we'll go over that in a minute. We did mention right now there's a lot of geopolitical stuff going down. We mentioned the Venezuela stuff with Maduro, Iran. President Trump has been on the side of the protesters, and we mentioned that. We also have been in talks in acquiring Greenland. We did not mention that. So yeah, that is another main part of the news, guys, is Trump is saying that we need Greenland and we're going to take it if they like it or not. So that, I don't know how I feel about that. We seized Russian vessels. We mentioned that. We are in talks of the Mexican drug cartels. We did not mention that. So they're, you know, probably going to be next, and they're probably preparing for, you know, a lot of stuff. We obviously have the Mexican president, Claudia. Not really a fan of that. We, you know, probably know that they are, you know, she is controlled by, you know, the cartels. So, you know, obviously she has to disagree with that. We also have domestic problems right now. We mentioned that. What else here, guys? And then the Jerome Powell federal investigation. And then we mentioned that I have a feeling that this week is going to get spicy, guys. So yeah, we'll see what happens. So let's go over our assets here. You know, obviously not a big difference from last week. The 4th, we, you know, recorded this yesterday, the 11th. And, you know, we have cash accounts right here that, you know, we have been funding, you know, the main difference right there, 1,127 to 1,631. So we are getting heavy in cash. Stock holdings did go up, guys. And same with our crypto. Our crypto did go up, and we're going to be trying to focus a lot more on the Go mining stuff, as well as real estate and collectibles. So that is the new additions to the brand that we want to focus on. And you know, our Mogul 30 trading portfolio stays, you know, pretty much the exact same, guys. Look at that. And then our options trading value did go down as Robinhood is selling off again, but we did snipe a really good cover call today that we'll talk about next week. But that is what we, you know, this right here, the cash. Now let's talk about cash flow. We can do it now. But our premium that we made last week was 254. That was a big chunk, guys. And then we did one sell. I think it was on Monday. Let's see what it was. So Monday we did do some sells in the Mogul 30. That was Chevron. After, you know, that whole Venezuelan thing, we did sell that. Lockheed Martin, after the whole Venezuelan thing, that did also go up. And then we also sold Amazon. That was a total profit of 38.28 that you see on the screen there. And that was a 4.02% return on the investment that we, you know, on the capital we used to make that. That looks like $950 that we did free up, that we used to make that 38.28. So that was the Mogul 30. And then the Mogul options, guys, we ran a hood cover call at a 122 strike, 124.55 break even. The expiration was last Friday the 9th. That was a $254.96 premium. And then we have, you know, the mining that we're growing. It's not a big cash flow right now, but we see a lot of people making good money with this, and we'll see if we want to continue to do the crypto mining with Go mining, or if we just want to get rid of the whole project in itself. But 192, not a whole lot, and so that brings it to 295.16 with obviously the options really carrying us right now, the option portfolio really carrying us. So stats, guys, Discord club members, we have 30, and right now we had 27 last week. Case studies, we still have 5. We have our Tesla case study, Tesla being our main position. We have Grab, we have Archer, and Recourse Systems, guys. Recourse Systems, and then we also have our crypto case study as well. So those are the 5 case studies we have. And so we this is a new thing we wanted to do as well. We wanted to do the Mogul 30 P&L year to date and the Mogul options P&L year to date, just to track our progress throughout the year. So far we have 38.69 on the Mogul 30 P&L, $466 we've made so far with the Mogul options P&L. YouTube subs, we have 109 that we recorded. YouTube videos, we have 382 compared to the 369 last week. So we made 13 videos, I believe, there. And this is just a whole journey with the YouTube. Obviously, we don't do these for the views or anything, but we do want to track the progress. We just do it because we like it, guys. So YouTube views, we have 174,443 guys compared to the 168,580 last week. And then Instagram, guys, Instagram, we have 1379 followers. Instagram views, we have 7,100 views there, and accounts reached on Instagram. We reached 5,400 last week, guys. And then Instagram likes, we had 125, which is not a lot compared to how much we reached. So. Total properties invested, we have our Stranger Things Airbnb that we invested in, guys, and then the crypto miners, we have 1 right now. Total terahash accumulated, we have 16 terahash still, and then total satoshis mined this past week was 2,135, guys. Merch items sold, we are not really in merch right now, we want to get into it. Total collectibles, we have 1, our Tesla Mezcal Tequila, and then the total collectibles sold 0, as we do want to start flipping collectibles. So that is the stats, guys. Now let's dive into our Robinhood account here and just look at the technicals, guys. So bring myself right here. So actually, let's go over to, let's see if the public will be better. We were in the private there. That's usually what we do. Oh yeah, a lot better, guys. So a lot bigger graph here. So if we see SPX, we see it at high here, 69.78. Currently trading 69.77 there, right below that high. And we are in currently a 62 RSI level that is considered almost, overbought, guys. So that is SPX currently. Here is the top stocks that have, really done well today. We have, CoreWeave really ripping 11.68%. See it almost at the 59 RSI level there. Almost oversold, but we'll see if this continues to rock above that 200-day moving average there, guys. Tempest AI, guys. Tempest AI did go up 4.63% today. We see it, really making a move above that 200. See if this 50-day can make it above. We got Mora. Crypto miner, guys, and we see really in fair value range at the 48 there. Rocket Lab, we see up 3.17% there. We see it really making, look at that, guys. We saw it really come down right here in November and bounced off this 200, and now we see it making moves up to this high at 89.87. And then Walmart, guys, we have at the 2.97% up today. As we were talking about in CNBC Live updates, we see that at a high at 117.45, currently trading 117.97 there, guys. The ones that got hit hard today, guys, Oklo got hit 3.14% today. We do see it still, currently above fair value range. SoFi did get hit 2.59% there at the 46 RSI level. We have Disney getting hit 2.56 there. Visa getting hit 1.78. And then we see Spotify getting hit 1.73% today, guys. Spotify really struggling here in oversold values, really making a free fall there. So we'll see if this bounces. We'll watch this and see if we want to continue to add to Spotify. So those are the top stocks. The stocks I want to look at is Tesla. Let's see what Tesla's trading at. If we could find it here. There it is. So yeah, Tesla, obviously we watch Tesla. We are, this is one of our biggest positions in our long-term, stock portfolio. We have, it at 49 RSI fair value range at that 448, almost hit that 490, almost hit the 500 mark at 498 there high. So we'll see if this continues to rally back up. And then obviously, what else did we want to look at here? Palantir did get an upgrade today from Citibank. You know, we saw it. I think their price target's at 235, so that is really really kind of stable here. Choppy at 179 level there, made a high at 207 there, guys. What else? We have Apple. Apple, you know, was, you know, oversold. Oh, looks like it is currently still oversold here at the 260 range, making a high at that 288 level there. We did see Netflix really, you know, in oversold levels as well. Still in oversold levels, I should say. And that is, you know, 27 RSI level. And yeah, guys, and keep in mind we were looking at the day chart here, guys. So all right, that concludes session number 116. If you guys are not subscribed here yet, please consider subscribing. You know, pretty much post a session every week, and other videos as well. And you know, our shorts mainly. If you guys want to keep up with our shorts, we pretty much post main headlines that we find interesting, guys. So if you guys want to, you know, consider subscribing, that'd be great. Smash the like button. And if you guys are not part of our Discord yet, you guys want to be a part of our Discord community, go over to mobilefellows.com, check out membership there, guys. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Hit the outro.